When I think about the legacy that Grandma has given us, and I think about all the years that she spent with us here on Earth, for me that legacy really begins in 1964. 1964 is a very special year. The world was a little crazy at the time. The Beatles made their first performance on the Ed Sullivan Show. The U.S. just entered Vietnam. Kennedy had just passed. But there was another very important moment that you would read about in the history books. At that time, there were two young men from the mountains of Peru that got on an airplane and landed in LA with little more than a duffel bag and an alpaca blanket and some pocket change. And these two young men were sent by their parents. If you asked their mother why she sent them, she would have probably told you because they were driving me totally crazy. And I got a chance to hear some of these stories about how they would drive her totally crazy as a young man myself. It was during one of these stories that I actually realized that the reason that I was so enthusiastic as a child was actually karma from above that was being paid back to my own father, which of course helped to absolve me of any sin for my transgressions at the time. Now, the second reason that Grandma and Grandpa sent these two young men to the U.S. was, of course, to find opportunity and to find a better life for themselves. And over the years, as they seized these opportunities and they found success and begun to grow as men, that did not exhaust the vision that Grandma and Grandpa had for these two young men. Because what is success without family, after all? And so Grandma and Grandpa did something remarkable. Well into their 40s and into their 50s, they packed up their belongings and they left the mountains of Peru. And they moved to the U.S. to be with their children and joined them here as a family. And years passed, and they got married, they had kids. I arrived at some point thereafter. And I had an opportunity to go back to Peru myself for the first time. And I remember I had a fantastic time, delicious food, great parties, I met a girl. And I came back from Peru and I was so excited. And I asked Grandma, I said, Grandma, why, are you going to go back to Peru one of these days? Do you think that we might be able to go back? Do you want to go back to your country? And I remember her saying something along the lines of, my family is my country, and I belong here. And that always struck me. I always thought about that it was so curious that she would have left her country to come here. And as the years passed, I saw that statement really fully expressed. She loved her family and her friends in an amazing way. It's partly the reason why, after 40 years, Grandma probably couldn't speak much more English than she did when she first got here. She was always surrounded by family and friends who spoke with her in Spanish and took her out, and her family really was her country. So when I look around and I look at the legacy that Grandma leaves us with, I see tremendous opportunity and a bright future for everyone here. And I see beautiful family bonds and great friendships and a lot of love. And it's really a remarkable thing. And I'm overwhelmed by the feeling that really it is life. It is life more than death that is truly eternal. So I want to thank everyone for coming today, and I want to invite everyone to join us in the reception area for a bit of wine and a celebration of Grandma's life and recounting stories and other joyful